So what's up, everybody? I'm Aaron, this is the Talk Cave, and welcome to Talking Points. So welcome back, everybody, to another week of awesomeness that is Triforce of Chaos on our weekly vlog here, Talking Points. So if you're new to the channel and don't know what Talking Points is, this is our weekly update vlog that we do in which we inform you, the viewers, of what's going on with all things ToC. If you've come back to watch us again and are returning for maybe a few times, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us again here, and you know exactly what the show is all about. So, also, forgive some of the noise you may hear. Apparently, since we've had a weird weather pattern here in South Carolina, the houseflies have returned back with extreme prejudice. So you may see one land on the lens every now and then, or you may see one attack the microphone, or you may hear it attack the microphone. Sorry. So in today's episode, I'll be going over a recap of what all we did last week. I'll also go over a quick little news tidbit that we have involving AGDQ, which we were happy to assist with our streaming through Triforce of Chaos on Twitch. Got a few set items I'll be showing off today, and I'll be going over this week's mobile game madness, and I'll finish up the show this week with the namesake of our show, the Talking Points, which we have a special theme Talking Points today. Yeah, that is out of context, or that is out of order there, and my OCD was kicking in. But anyway, getting back to the show. So now that we know what's going on, and now that you know what this show's going to be about, let's get to talking. So last week we started with me returning to the Talk Cave with a whole lot of swag. I mean, literally, I came back with, well, everything that's behind me there, mostly Mario stuff, some stuff that's up here on the set. You probably can't see a good bit of it. I don't know the camera. I got a good camera now, so you probably can see a lot of it. And as you can see, I've got my little Samsung here with me. But anyway, getting back to it, we moved forward after Talking Points to take on Yoshi's Island, where we faced off against a giant Boo. Then, on the way to the end of the level, we faced off against the Potted Ghost. Yeah, I really don't remember his name. All I know is he was a potted ghost. Once we got past that, then we explored the inner bowels of a frog, which thought we looked tasty. You know, that was kind of the way we exited that frog. Yoshi's face just says it all at the end of that episode. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is probably one of the funniest moments we've had in our ToC time. Next up, we started our second daily Let's Play, which now we're doing 2 Let's Plays a day for Monday through Friday, I think. I don't know about Saturdays and Sundays. Which is the Pokemon ROM hack of Ash Gray. You know, Pokemon Ash Gray. Josh and myself continued our tradition of giving the Pokemon very, very just bad names. For lack of a better, inappropriate names, you know, so to speak. And so far, the game, which, if you don't know what Ash Gray is, it's pretty much a continuation of the Pokemon anime, is pretty well entertaining for us. You know, and finally, we rounded out our week with me taking on Super Meat Boy, where I finally started getting past some of the levels of the salt mines. Damn fly. And basically, while I'm talking about it, my audio just reloops back to the beginning. Thanks, TDF, for all that you do to ToC. Yeah, if you ever find the TDF, destroy her. Also, during the week, we streamed our, continue on with the channel news and channel updates and all that. We streamed AGDQ from our Twitch account. So, as of 4 a.m. Sunday, we managed to raise, they managed to raise slightly about 1.2 million. And I want to say hats off to you guys out there who helped raise the money for AGDQ's charity event this week, or last week, which was the charity for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Well, that kind of sums up our video recap for the week. Now let's move on to a few set items I've picked up, just to kind of, spruce up the set, which I'm running out of room, so I may have to, expand. So yeah, got a few set items here. I'm trying to get the camera adjusted, and we'll start off with this. It's the ToCing Funko. Especially from, it's one of the pop vinyl editions. Really like that one. There's 3 to collect in all. I've actually got the other 2 coming, and those will be pretty nice. One of them is the Daedric Warrior, and the other is Alduin. I think I also got another one coming from another bit of the Funko Pop collection. My next item that I've got here, take that off because I don't like having price tags on anything. It is the Yahtzee edition of the Borderlands Claptrap edition of Yahtzee. Not going to take it out of the box just yet. I'll probably have it out of the box by the time I put it up on the set for next week's episode. That should be pretty cool to play with. I mean, come on. Everybody knows he's the most annoying sidekick in video gaming, but still one of the best ones. Because you always get a good laugh out of him. Next thing I've got is Captain Olimar. Now this is another one of your... I've become an amiibo nerd all of a sudden ever since I've gotten back into going into Nintendo stuff. So yeah, that's Captain Olimar. The box is broken, or the box is bent, but I'm not worried about keeping him in the box. I'm not that big of a collector. Next up is, make sure I don't have anything else here. Yeah, I've got a couple of things underneath the chair here. I'm keeping everything on a chair. So next up we have Ganondorf from Legends of Zelda. Of course, you know, Ganondorf is always the bad guy, you know, never really been a good guy. This is him from the Super Smash Brothers edition, just like Olimar. They're both Super Smash Brothers. Next up, we've got the Pokemon Trainer's Choice Collector's Edition of Cyndaquil. Again, like I said earlier in the video, you're going to see flies buzzing around. Sorry about that. We're trying, you know, I'm trying new ways to get rid of them. I've got a new item I might actually show off on one of the episodes coming in the mail. So, anyway, Cyndaquil. Next up, I've got something that I had to get for the set. It's a big item, and it's... Here, let's go ahead and tilt the camera so you can see all of the awesomeness, and I'll back this up a little bit. It's the Amiibo, pretty much, it's a stand for your Amiibos, but it's shaped just so you can get all of it in one view eventually. There we go. It's a Super Mario Brothers episode, you know, the first Super Mario Brothers game. It's the stairway, the completion stairway. So, you know, all of my Amiibos I'll be putting up on here. I may have to get another stand just for the rest of them. That's that. Yeah, let's get that out of the way and put everything back down to eye level again. Turn that way, and now that's out of the way. So, final 2 items I have here are a blue toad, because blue is my favorite color, and you know, I've got a blue Yoshi coming as well eventually. You won't know when it'll be here. It'll be up on one episode of Talking Points. So blue toad to go along with my purple Yoshi. And finally we have, you know, I'm a big comic book fan, and I liked Spawn growing up. I know, very dark comic for a kid to be liking, but Spawn was one of my favorite characters. I even watched the movie like 100 times as a kid. One of my favorite characters. Well, John Leguizamo does a great job in that movie. If you've never seen the movie, but the cool thing about this is it comes with a comic book. You know, let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, so it comes with a comic book inside the box. So, and it's actually a McFarlane toy. You know, it's not like, you know, some knockoff. This is the actual Todd McFarlane designed this toy, made this toy. It had this toy made, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it comes with, you know, set of Spawn handcuffs, the nail bat that he always carries with him, and his cape it moves around. So I'll be setting this up on the set, probably with some of my other action figures that I have. So yeah, anyway, that's about it for that. So now, I don't think I have any other items laying around. I'm looking to make sure. Nope, that was it. So, now that you've seen all the awesomeness of our set items, we'll go ahead and show off a few. We'll go ahead and move on to this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week. This week's Game of the Week is Tiny Dangerous Dungeon. Yeah, I always have a hard time saying it because I always say Tiny Dungeon Dangerous, and I always end up messing it up. But anyway, Tiny Dangerous Dungeon is a game by Adventure Islands. Wow, I almost stumbled on it there. In TDD, you take the role of, and that's kind of the shortening of it, TDD. You take on the role of a thief who sets off to clear out a dungeon filled with all these traps, enemies, and pretty awesome, items. The game plays similarly to Castlevania and Metroid with some skills, but and with some playthrough types, but it isn't as difficult as those classics were. It has a very retro Game Boy look to it and feel to it because of the color scheme they used, as well as it was made for a Game Boy style tournament, or who knows. I really can't describe what it was exactly. It was like some sort of tournament they did where they had to make Game Boy games, or Game Boy-like games for a website, kind of like those Make a Game Quick tournaments. The controls and the dynamic of the game really don't disappoint, and they're very simplistic. It's very easy to play and very easy to beat. So, I mean, it makes a great game that you're not going to get stressed out with and just cuss out. I mean, there are some parts that really do get tough, but once you get past it, not bad. So, with all that being said, TDD is going to get a rating of about a 5 out of 5 for me. I mean, it's really a great game, and if you want to check it out, you can find it on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. But here's another kicker for you. It's also an online game that you can play through Flash, either at the websites Congregate or Newgrounds. So if you want to play it, I encourage you to go check it out. It really is a fun game. Now, I know on the Google Play Store it is free, but you can also pay to remove ads. The Apple App Store, I know I looked at the price and it was about 99 cents. So check it out. It's not that expensive, so it's kind of fun. So now that we've got the Mobile Game Madness out of the way, let's move on to everyone's favorite segment of the show, our talking points. Last week I asked you, the viewers, what were you excited for the most in 2016? For our Fancers, we have, I think about 3 people answered for Fancers, so these 3 will get the shout-outs this week, and we'll start off with former teammate and awesome fan Will, who writes, I'm looking forward to less swag comments. Okay, Will. I'll do this for you. Swag, 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 swag. Hats off to you, buddy. I had to do it. Jen writes, going to California for the first time in 6 years and showing my wonderful husband, she's talking about me, all the neat sights and letting him meet my awesome grandpa for the first time. Nicole writes, meeting my new niece or nephew, and that was pretty much and having another year with my wonderful, what was it? How did she put it? Sorry, running a little slow. Wonderful friends and family. My teleprompter decided to slow down a little bit. Now, like I said, use the teleprompter only for, mostly for the fancers. For our teamsters, we have Misty, who after months of hiding, finally decided to answer a talking point. I had to do it, Misty. I'm sorry. I have to rag you a little bit. You can't seclude yourself when you're part of one of the most awesome teams on YouTube. ToC, that's it, Anyway, Misty writes, getting married to my best friend. Which, spoiler alert, she's getting hitched. Yeah. Josh writes, as far as games go, I'm excited for Star Fox Zero, and hopefully the Final Fantasy VII remake, which me and him kind of talked about that, and there's rumors going around that it's going to be episodic. If it's going to be episodic, that's going to be... I can deal with it. It's Final Fantasy VII for crying out loud. We both kind of agreed that was kind of the deal. Josh also says, I hope we at least hear something about Resident Evil 7's development progress this year. As for everything else, I'm ready for Soda City Comic Con and being able to start working on some new stuff for ToC with all the ideas we have on the drawing board. I kind of butchered that a little bit. Again, I talk a little faster than my teleprompter wants to move today. Sorry. So it came out a little butchered there, but anyway, you get the gist of Josh's talking point there. So thanks to everyone who answered this week. And now I'm going to ask something that's sure to get the fansers rolling with, one question that I know everybody at least has some form of answer for, or if you don't have an answer, hey, you didn't play the game, so I'll give you credit where credit's due. In response to me and Josh taking up Ash Gray, we want to know, what's your favorite Pokemon? For me, I would have to say that would be Charizard. My first Pokemon experience was, I'm OG Pokemon. I played the original, Leaf Green, so that would make me LG Pokemon. Yeah, I went there. But, I played it for the Game Boy, and I chose Charmander as my first Pokemon. Why? It was kind of I was into fire types back then, and now, I've kind of expanded to be all Pokemon, but Charizard was kind of I kind of saw him as being that one that could, cut through the leaf plant types, and eventually learned that you need more than just fire type throughout the game. But Charizard was kind of, starting off with Charmander and then him evolving into Charizard. It kind of was awesome because I like dragons as well, and I always thought he looked pretty awesome, so that was why Charizard became my favorite. What's your favorite? You can answer below for your chance to receive a shout out. And that about concludes this week's episode of Talking Points. Make sure you hit the like button down here. You can also comment and tickle that subscribe button somewhere in this general area. You can also check out our Facebook, Twitter, Twitch pages, or the Twitch channel. If we ever do anything with live streaming, it'll probably be YouTube, but we'll also go on Twitch every now and then. And you can also check out the new ToC webpage for all the, for all the blog updates and the forums and all that fun stuff out there. If you want to check it out, check it out. Anyway, all the links for all that will be in the description below, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Did you like that video? If so, you can click on my annoying little sidekick Claptrap right here to subscribe. If you want to see another awesome video, then you can click on the Dovahkiin. If you didn't like either, or if you don't want to do either, well, you could always go watch someone teach you how to knit.